602, I'm west on Wilbur Firestone. Can I get in?
We're still westbound on Wilbur. We're passing Evergreen. We're heading towards Maine. Looks like we have some units up ahead at the intersection of Maine. He's slowing down here, slowing down. Stop. Don't you fucking move the car! Move! Don't move! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
We'll pause at this point to the body cam to spare you from the horrific tragedy that followed immediately after this part of the footage. We covered this story, the death of Jayland Walker, at the hands of the Akron, Ohio police last year as protesters and demonstrators took to the streets to let their voices be heard. If you're somehow not familiar with this case,
I won't mince words. The video you're about to watch is heartbreaking.
It shows a harrowing police chase followed by a stunning hail of bullets. An estimated 90 rounds fired by 8 Akron, Ohio officers, killing and leaving 25-year-old Jayland Walker with 60 wounds to the body, according to authorities.
My youngest is 25 years of age as well, and I cannot imagine what life would be like without my son.
The approximately 7 minutes of raw video released alongside a second narrated clip gives new insight into what preceded the shooting early Monday morning. Police say they tried to pull Walker over for an unspecified traffic violation and an equipment violation, which is not shown on tape. But they say he took off, driving at high speeds, and Walker fired at them. Police saying you can see the flash from the gun from the security camera.
here's another look at the reported gunshot coming from Walker's car, which was and still is a major point of contention in this case due to the sheer cruelty and completely excessive response from the officers. As the 8 officers on the scene fired off a total of 94 shots at Walker in just under 7 seconds, as he was fleeing from his car, also being unarmed at the time of his death.
It does help with all of the transparency with the early releases, but the transparency does not camouflage the pain of what happened.
Now, the 8 officers involved in the deadly shooting are on paid administrative leave pending a state investigation, which will be an independent investigation. Meanwhile, the police union representing those officers says that they believe the investigation will show that the officers acted appropriately, including the number of shots fired.
And as we have become all too accustomed to hearing over the years,
Ohio's Attorney General announcing the 8 Akron police officers who shot Jayland Walker more than 40 times will face no state criminal charges for killing the 25-year-old black man.
The grand jury concluded that the officers were legally justified in their use of force.
Walker's family outraged by the decision.
I wish you could have been in the home about 4:30 p.m. when I broke the news to the family. I wish you could have heard and felt and seen the screams.
Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost admitted that despite this incident being unusual, this isn't the first time something like this has happened, especially given the current state of our police departments. Also saying that the sheer number of shots is one of the things that makes the video so hard to watch. But that wasn't enough to charge any of the officers. Senior Assistant AG Anthony Pearson presented Walker to the grand jury as a good man and good person who was, quote, going through a very tough time in his life, close quote, due to the recent death of his fiancée, adding that this was completely out of character for Walker, who had no previous criminal record. Pearson then went on to say that since the officers believed that Walker was a threat to them, giving grounds for him to be shot. A handgun and gold wedding ring were found on the driver's seat of Walker's car after he ditched the vehicle, with toxicology tests also reporting he was not under the influence at the time of his death.